Hello, my name is John Burns from Final Cut Pro classes, and I would like to show you what happens when you start a new project. So let's assume all our footage has been organized and we're ready to start cutting. So we have to make a new project, which is a timeline. So we're going to go File, New, Project, and the project window comes up. We're going to just name this FCP Test. And we can put this project in any event that we want. Right now we only have one event footage, so it's going to go there. Starting time code, if you want to put color bars in, you can change the time code, but normally you wouldn't have to worry about the time code. What's really important is that the video is set based on the verse video clip properties. And this is how I usually do it. If you know your format, you can drop down the Use Custom Settings and choose the exact format you're going to be using. But sometimes you make a mistake and it's easy to miss something. So a lot of times it's easy to use the automatic settings. What you have to understand about the automatic settings is, again, that the video is based on the first video clip properties, which means the very first clip you drop into the timeline sets the properties for that timeline. So if I hit OK, the timeline appears at the bottom of your window. I have two different formats in here with video. I have 720 by 480, and we can see this if we go to the inspector and we'll go to Extended View. So I can see the 720 by 480 and the frame rate is 2997. And it's DVC Pro Kodak. That's one format. Then I have another format, which is 1920 by 1080, same frame rate, but it's Apple ProRes 422. So two completely different formats. So if I drop in the first clip, the 1920 by 1080, it sets the timeline to that format. So afterwards, if I drop in the 720 by 480, it's actually stretching the video out, and you have black bars because the aspect ratio is not the same. So that's a clear indication that the format is set wrong for this video in the timeline. Another thing is that if you drop a picture in the timeline or music, I'm going to delete this. Final Cut doesn't recognize it as a video format, so the project window will drop down and ask you to set the format. So if I go to drop this picture in as the first clip, the project window drops down and wants you to set the format to what it should be. So it might be easier to just drop in what you're going to use as your main video format, even if the picture is going to be the first shot in the project, just so the video format is set correctly. So if I drop this picture in and set the video format to 1920 by 1080, and then I drop a picture in which I want to be first, I can delete the original video until I need it later, but it sets the timeline correctly to the format of the video that you want to use. So I hope this helps when starting a project, and you'll understand why you'll have black bars or why something looks a little stretched or squeezed when you're cutting. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video.